I've been playing guitar since I was 12 years old. I was very fortunate. I went to a guitar teacher called Richard Lawrence, who's a very well connected musician. He played flamenco in Spain and he knew all the top players basically. So for the first 3 years or so I learned classical guitar from him. Then I moved on to flamenco, eventually to the point where he would teach me in the traditional method of showing me playing. Then I'd have to go home, write it down quickly before I forgot it, and he'd check next week if I'd written it down correctly. One of the highlights with Richard was when Paco Pena was playing here in Jersey in the Channel Islands, and he introduced me after the concert, and that was a fantastic meeting with Paco. Richard also showed me photographs of him with Pat Luthier, arm in arm. So I was pretty fortunate to have been taught by him, considering the close connections he had. I started as a teacher when I was 16 years old. There was an advert in our local paper, 6-year-old girl wanting to learn classical guitar. So I said to my parents, I'm going to teach her. They said, you won't, she's too young. Well, I did, and the rest is history, really. It quickly progressed to about 10 students a week. Then at the age of 20, I decided to join the police. I had to put teaching guitar on pause for a while. 33 years later, after a successful, happy career in the police, I retired from the police and came back to teaching guitar again. So here I am. It's changed quite a lot since the first time round. We have the internet, YouTube, social media channels. So it is actually quite challenging to get students through the door. But I do, and the ones that are here have become very good players. Some of them didn't even know how to hold a guitar when they walked through the door. And now it's very satisfying to watch them playing at quite a high level, some of them. So the internet and YouTube certainly has its benefits, but you can't beat learning guitar on a one-to-one basis because you're getting immediate feedback. So I'm feeding back to students the technical aspects of how they should be holding their hands. Should they be playing more quietly, more loudly? Just little bits of immediate feedback which YouTube can't give you. Don't get me wrong, YouTube and other media channels are a great learning tool, but having that immediate feedback, you can't replace it really. In addition to teaching on a one-to-one, I will teach over the internet. I've got very high-end audio, visual and lighting equipment and a gigabit broadband speed, so the connection is always very good. So if you're watching this from further afield and you want a lesson, the first lesson is free, so give it a go, see how you feel about it. Teaching online does work via the connections. In the various lockdowns, I've had to teach all my students online. One student went from classical to learning flamenco, and he's doing really well, and all of that has been over a connection like this. If you fancy a test or lesson, please get in touch. I'd be delighted to hear from you. So there you go. That's a brief overview of my history as a guitar player and as a guitar teacher. And I must say, I absolutely love teaching. To watch students progress, it's absolutely fantastic. If I'm not teaching, or if I'm not playing the guitar myself, more often than not, I'm listening to it and other music. Music plays a big part in my life. Thanks for visiting my YouTube channel. Have a good dig round. There's some useful resources there, and also on my website. If you play guitar, carry on playing more and enjoy it. If you're thinking about playing and learning, what are you waiting for? Get to it. You won't regret it. All the best now.